Welcome to In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, founder and CEO of academia.edu, and today I'm excited. Maybe excited is too simple a word. Maybe kind of astonished fits better. To bring you something you might find, honestly, a little unsettling, but also, now we're talking about a paper by Jake Weaver, titled The Invisible Co-Judge, How AI Summarization in US Courts is Already Shaping Justice, and Why You Should Know. Now, before we get rolling, just a reminder, my role here is to present Jake's research neutrally. I'm not advocating for or against the ideas you'll hear. The goal is to help you reflect and decide for yourself. Academic research, after all, is not absolute truth. It's a set of insights meant for you to explore. So, what's the big question? Jake Weaver's paper tackles how, and I mean really how, artificial intelligence is already involved in the US justice system. Not making decisions, but shaping what information lands on a judge's desk. AI isn't writing verdicts yet, but it is summarizing mountains of case files, transcripts, evidence. The court calls it judicial efficiency. Efficiency? Sounds good, right? But dig a bit deeper and you realize these tools are doing something a lot more profound. They're deciding what's relevant, what makes it onto the highlight reel, and what just quietly fades away. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're called to court. You expect the judge to pore over every last bit of evidence, but in reality, some AI with a quirky name like Merlin or Lexis Plus AI has already chewed through those thousands of pages and delivered a friendly little summary. Key facts, timelines, quotes, all nicely packaged for the judge. Sounds harmless, maybe helpful, until you realize, and here's where Jake lays out the problem. No one really knows how the AI decided what to chop, what to emphasize, or what to ignore, and there's no footnote, no disclosure, not even a generated by AI model v3.2 stuck in the margin. Why does this matter? Well, due process, the whole idea that you get to face every bit of the case against you, warts and all, depends on transparency. If you're the defendant or the prosecutor or heck a member of the public, how do you know what the judge is even seeing? What if your alibi is buried in a pile marked irrelevant? What if a chain of custody issue gets glossed over in the AI's bullet points and you never find out because, nobody tells you a summary even happened? Now, just to emphasize, Weaver isn't saying courts are evil or AI is some cartoon villain. The message is, tools can become invisible filters, and once justice gets filtered, shaped really, by a black box, the question of fairness isn't some abstract thing, it's painfully real. It's just wild to me how this is happening silently, with none of the usual checks and balances. Key findings. Let's break those down, clear and quick. First, these AI summaries are not uniform. The same case, the same tools. Different judges can get totally different summaries. One judge gets witness unreliable, another gets witness consistent. No one, not even the parties, knows that the summaries differ. And because this stuff isn't being disclosed or logged, there's no way for anyone to go back and audit this invisible co-judge. It's like letting a stranger rewrite your diary before you even peek at it yourself. If that gives you chills, same. Not an endorsement, just an observation. Jake's argument isn't that AI summaries are necessarily illegal, yet. But, he points out, they sidestep the norms of legal procedure. If a human clerk sneakily slipped a private memo to a judge, it would be a scandal. But if AI does it, no fuss, that's the legal grey zone. No statute bans it, but it's at odds with core rules of evidence and judicial conduct. And Jake offers some tangible advice here. What to do if, say, you ever end up in a courtroom with AI in the mix, which, you might soon. Ask for full disclosure. The model, the prompt, and the version that produced any summary being used. If the judge denies you access, that alone could form grounds for an appeal. But if they agree, you get to see what the machine produced before your fate is, in part, shaped by it. It's not drama, it's just clarity. Weaver's bottom line? AI in court isn't about good or evil, it's about speed versus transparency. The danger is when speed hides process, and justice becomes curation instead of confrontation, right? It's a call to label, to open the black box, not to ban the technology outright. I said I'd keep it neutral, and I mean it. This research doesn't present some grand pronouncement. This is right, this is wrong. It presents a map. A way to look at a technology you likely never thought was lurking in your judicial system, shaping verdicts, quietly, invisibly. So what does this mean for you? If you're listening, you're likely not a judge, maybe not even a lawyer, but you are a citizen and this is your justice system. Whether you ever see the inside of a courtroom or not, the way evidence is filtered affects the rights and lives of everyone. Transparency matters, not just for legal scholars, but for all of us who want a system we can trust. And oh, before I forget, this whole thing makes me think about recipe blogs. You know, when you Google a recipe and the top 10 results all give you the same best banana bread, but with wildly different origin stories. Everyone's using some AI or algorithm to filter what counts as good, and we just eat it up metaphorically and sometimes literally. Justice, though, it can't afford an arbitrary recipe. The ingredients all matter. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on In Depth with Academia. Remember, academic work is a set of signposts, not gospel. Explore, reflect, and ask your own questions. Until next time, stay curious.